What is up, world? You are in tune to the KnoItAllZ podcast. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and you're here with your partners, your big homies. Big G, what's good, man? How you doing?
Man, it's counting down. I wish I had a digital clock like how they got down there in the Woody, dog. Because it's counting down and it's wartime, dog. You see what I'm representing? You see what time it is. It's counting down to New Year's Eve. And if everything goes right, we're going to have an outstanding new year. Let's go Bucks.
Loving it. Big Tate, what's popping, man? How you doing?
What's up, Mod? I mean, everything copacetic. I'm good, man. Can't complain.
See you repping Steelers tonight. I love it. I got it. Look, man, as always, what we love, man, is to make sure that everybody's getting the best in sports talk, the best in what we do. And, man, this year's been a great one, man. And if you like what you're hearing, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. And we're also on Twitter as well, man. But, listen, man, it's no secret. We told you it was separation weekend last weekend. And you know who came out of it ahead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, honestly, I have to say it with some uncertainty. It's me. It's me that's a game ahead of Big G. And as always, I would have been happy if it would have been Tate that was ahead of Big G. We just ain't trying to let Big G win it. Honestly, we just don't want him to win. I got 151, 86, and 2. Big G is 150, 87, and 2. Tate is 149, 88, and 2. And listen, man, honestly, bro, I'm just going to be real with you. I love you, Big G, but we not trying to have you in that. I would rather have somebody else with the belt because I know how you're going to treat the belt. And I would rather not have to go through a whole year with you with the belt.
I'm not going to treat the belt at all bad. Matter of fact, with me with the belt, Big G going to get real quiet. Because every time I get a trash take or a trash comment, I'm either going to hold this sign up right there to you, and then when you keep bumping, I'm throwing the championship belt over my shoulder.
Big G. Two things.
What's that?
I'm rooting against you in the fantasy football. You know that. You're in the championship. And I'm rooting against you. You know why.
Yeah.
I like being only two-time champ.
Two chips.
If you win this chip, you will have two.
Yeah.
I don't want that because I don't want to hear your mouth like Mod saying. And then the second thing, man, what ridiculous have Big G said over the past week? Big G called Luka trash. Luka's the only person in NBA history to put up a 60, 20, and 10 stat line ever.
He's still trash.
I don't get it, man. Big G has some totally hot takes. And you be like, man. But look, we're going to get straight to the pick'em, man. We got to get to the pick'em. First game, Cowboys at the Titans. Cowboys in Tennessee. This is easy, man. I could go into all of the reasons why the Cowboys will win this game. But I'm just going to say the Cowboys win in the walk-off. It should be over with in the beginning of the third quarter. It should be a wrap. But, I got the Cowboys in this game. But let me go ahead and tell y'all. Derrick Henry's not playing. There's at least 10 more other players who are not playing. It doesn't matter. This game doesn't matter to Tennessee as much as the next one does because it's for the division championship against Jacksonville. So they're resting all their players. They don't really care about this game. And the Cowboys going to get it. So I think it's the Cowboys in this game. Who you got, G?
The Cowboys going to blow them out because half their team is at the hospital right now. Five defensive starters. Derrick Henry's been listed as doubtful. We're not for sure he's not going to play, but he's downgraded from questionable to doubtful. But 5 defensive players, including Bud Dupree, is not playing for the Tennessee Titans. So I look for Dallas in a rout to smash the Tennessee Titans.
And their quarterback is hurt, so yeah. Tate?
Come on, man. Keep it moving. How about the Cowboys?
All right. So we got the Cardinals at the Falcons, both two teams that have been eliminated from playoff hopes and dreams. Man, listen, we just got the retirement announced of J.J. Watt. I hope he don't retire. I hope he goes down there to Steelers land and play at least 2 years with his brother. That would be, something to have all of the brothers on one team. That would be something to see. But in this game, man, I'm going against AZ. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Falcons.
Where's the game at? Is it in Atlanta?
It's in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta.
Oh. Yeah, that McSorley playing quarterback for Arizona. I got to go with the Falcons, man. I got to go. The young, matter of fact, Drake London and Desmond Ridder ain't played really bad. You know, Drake London had a bad fumble, but he still almost had like 100 yards receiving, and the quarterback's throwing the ball around. So I just think Atlanta's going to beat them.
Tate, who you got?
Man, this is one of them coin toss games, man, and I could go either way. But since both of y'all went Falcons, I'm going Cardinals.
Well, man, you AZ for life, dog.
You go AZ anyway, man.
Hey,
I picked against them last week.
Tell you, when they roll that U-Haul up to grab Kingsbury, just make sure you holding on to the back, bro. because you've been rolling with AZ the whole season.
I have been rolling with AZ quite a few times. That was more when Kyler Murray was healthy, though. I like the playmaking they got with Kyler Murray and Diop and James Conner, but not now. But I'm taking them now just because I don't know that Ridder is much better than McSorley, so I feel like I got a chance to make up a game. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I hear that. I hear that, man. So we got this one. We have the Dolphins at the Patriots. The Dolphins at the Patriots. And in this game, man, I know that Tua's out. Tua should be out. Another head injury, man. It's one of those things where we got to save this man from himself at this point. And I'm still taking the Dolphins. They have way too much talent. So I'll take the Dolphins over the Patriots at home. Who you got, G?
I'm taking the New England Patriots. Listen, I need Jayden Waddle to play. If Jayden Waddle plays, I'm probably going to win the fantasy championship. Teddy Bridgewater's playing quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Teddy Bridgewater don't throw the ball to Jayden Waddle like that, man. So I think the Pats, even though that Jones kid, that defensive back, he's a concussion protocol or whatever else. I still like the Pats to win, to help keep their playoff hopes alive, and make the playoffs. So I'm picking the Pats over the Dolphins.
All right. And Tate, who you got in this game, man?
Man, I'm all about my rooting interest, man. In order for the Steelers to have a chance to make the playoffs, the Dolphins got to lose out. So I need the Dolphins to lose to the Pats tomorrow, and I need the Pats to lose next week to the Bills. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
And so I think up in New England, I don't know how the weather is, but I mean, you know, Teddy Bridgewater, they probably better off with Teddy Bridgewater than they was Tua playing in them conditions.
I think
though Tua was decent against Buffalo. But yeah, man, I mean, I think the defense, I think the Patriots step up and win the game. What is Miami, 8-6?
Yep.
So they done lost 3 in a row?
Oh,
no,
they
Miami,
might.
Miami's 8-7. The Patriots are 7-8.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Miami 8-7. Yeah.
Okay, so they done lost 4 in a row. They was 8-3 at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Patriots to make it 5 in a row. The Dolphins lose.
Interesting. Saints at the Eagles. So this is interesting. I said earlier, man. So there's a couple of things that I hate right now. I hate the fact that Jalen Hurts didn't play. I hate the fact that Gardner Minshew looked so good. They're the reason for that. I think that they're gonna try to take this MVP away from Jalen Hurts, and it was really his. You know what I'm saying? You could say that they have a good team around them because Philly does, but I think Jalen Hurts is the MVP of this year outside of Patty Mahomes. I mean, Patty Mahomes, if he get it, I wouldn't be mad, but other than that, it would be Jalen Hurts. And I think, you know, they're going to try to rush him back, but with Lane Johnson not playing, I think it's a bad decision to run him out there because one more hit in that shoulder, that's a broken clavicle. And I would rather see Jalen Hurts at the helm during this playoff run. I want to beat everybody at their best. So, honestly, I want to see Jalen play and the Eagles win. But I think they still got enough to beat the Saints with Gardner Minshew. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Eagles either way.
Yeah, I don't see the Saints being able to put together enough to beat Philadelphia, even if Gardner Minshew is playing. I don't see it. Olave might play, he might not play, who knows? They're playing with a mash unit, them guys who's pushing grocery carts and wide receiver across the board in New Orleans outside of Chris Olave. So, and Andy Dalton does Andy Dalton stuff. So I just think that the Philadelphia Eagles, the Phillies actually lightweight pissed. They lightweight pissed. So I look for Philly to play angry and blow the Saints out.
Tate, who you got in this game?
Man, Jalen Hurts, IMO, in my opinion, should play. Go ahead, wrap up home field, take care of it. Don't play around with it coming down to the last game. Win this game, resting next week. You get the bye week, and then you're good. I mean, it's on his non-throwing shoulder, his injury. He could play if it was an emergency. Well, if you want to wrap up home field, put him out there for the first half, skate to a big lead.
It's on his throwing shoulder.
It is his throwing shoulder?
It's on his throwing shoulder.
I still play him. He knows how to protect himself. Like I said, if it was an emergency game, if it was a playoff game, he would play. Go ahead, run him out there for the first half, run it up much as you can, then take him out. And he don't play again to the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hear you.
That'd be 3 weeks to rest. 3 weeks. He'd have 3 weeks to rest. That makes sense.
Who you got in the game? You got the Eagles?
Of course.
All right. But the next game, we got the Colts at the Giants. New York Football Giants win this with no need to commentate. Who you got, Big G?
Hey man, as that U-Haul truck is leaving Scottsdale and Phoenix, it just needs to slide on in Indianapolis, man, and make sure you leave enough room on the left-hand side for Jeff Saturday to pack his office up. Because the Colts is horrible, man. They are horrible. So you already know, never in a million years will I pick the Colts. So I'm picking the team that's gonna beat the Colts.
Well, they got the Super Bowl winner down there, the Westlake alum, that's about to start this week.
He started last week and he was horrible. Nick Foles got punished. They benched him. Boy, he was horrible. Get him out of here, man.
All right, Tate, who you got in this game?
Man, I got the New York Football Giants.
Yeah.
Keep it moving. It's Saquon. This is the most interesting game. Here's where the money meets the road right here, man. You got the Panthers at the Bucks.
Is that a thing? That's a Texas thing?
What's that?
Where the money meets the road. I heard where the rubber meets the road.
Rubber, money, both.
I ain't heard money. Okay.
Yeah. But who? This is a hard one, man.
They're in Tampa, right?
They're in Tampa.
Okay.
And it's for all the marbles, man. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go. I can't go against the GOAT, man. I'm gonna go with the GOAT. And Carolina beats them, but in a very close game. I'm gonna go with the GOAT, and they beat Carolina in a very close game. Close game.
You see my eyes bugged out. I was like, he picked Carolina. Oh my God. Hey man, I told Maud off camera, Tate, before we jumped in and started the podcast, that goat milk is about to turn to goat cheese this week and get the victory, man. He gonna stir up some goat cheese and be passing it out to the other players to rejuvenate them, man. You need some of this cheese to get back right.
He gonna get all lumpy with it.
Yeah, he's gonna get lumpy. He got to pass the cheese out to everybody to make sure that they straight, dog. So goat milk is gonna stir up some cheese and get it popping this week with the Buccaneers, man. Let's go.
Yeah, man. I'm with GOAT. Go ahead, get it in. If they win, they in, right?
They win, they in.
Go ahead, win. Go ahead and rest the old 45-year-old. Let them chill out next week, and get ready for that matchup with Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a rematch of the first game of the season. It's gonna be a good one. We got the Broncos at the Chiefs. The Broncos at the Chiefs. The Broncos coach just went packing. They sent the U-Haul truck up there, and that's probably the most entertaining thing that they done in Denver in a long time. So I got the Chiefs in this game, winning the massive blowout.
Bro, they didn't even give him a U-Haul. They gave him a pod. Like you get a pod and it's got to fit on the private. Yeah, just put it all in the pod. We'll ship it to you wherever you want to go. You just go in here and leave the parking lot. We don't need you to leave. Yeah, they took all his passes to get in and out of the gate. They was like, you don't need to pack up nothing. We just gonna put all your stuff in there. It doesn't even matter what it is. You can have it. We don't need nothing about you ever to show up in Denver, Colorado ever again. So, but the part I feel bad about, man, is Russie, man. Russie a cancer. I mean, I hate to say that. I thought that he was the guy, but I was wrong. I watched the thing with Shannon Sharp, where he was talking about it and some other people, and he made a statement today talking about he wished he would have played harder for Hackett. Come on, man. You listen, that's straight PR. You talking mess. You got the coach ran out of town. So, Russie, you washed, and Kansas City is going to blast you. Give me the Chiefs, man.
And who you got, Tate?
Big G got one or two things right there. Kansas City is going to blast them. Russie looks washed this year, but he'll be back next year. He has had some issues with some teammates, and he didn't let Sierra turn him into a prima donna, man. You know what I mean? He want to have his own office in the locker room, and all kind of extra stuff, all kind of perks that make it seem like you're not part of the team. You know what I mean? That's alienating to other players. But yeah, so I mean, I fully expect him to get blasted. Correct, Big G. Correct, Mod. But next year, Russ will be back russing. Cooking.
You gonna take him in fantasy football next year?
Yeah, I would take him like in the 7th round.
Hey. So we got the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. This is an interesting game. Detroit got beat last week, man.
Detroit got smashed last week. They had 325 yards rushing.
I didn't either. I really felt like Detroit was peaking at the right time. And Chicago ain't been no layoff. There ain't been no pushovers, man. I mean, Justin Fields ain't just coming out here giving up the ghost. He trying to run and do his thing, and man, it's gonna be a good game, man. But I'm still gonna go with Detroit over everybody, man. I just think that the last week was, just an aberration. It won't happen again, and I got Detroit.
Well, the only way that the Lions can make the playoffs is the Lions got to win out. They actually need a little bit of help. So the only way that they can make the playoffs, they got to win the last two, end up at 9-8.
And they need the Redskins or Giants to lose. Commanders or Giants.
Yeah, that's the only. So they're playing. This is their playoff life. So I got to go with Detroit because they're trying to play to get in. But I do know this. If they lose this game, Jared Goff is done in Detroit. They're going to draft a quarterback. And that because they'll have a higher pick. They're going to draft a quarterback.
I don't.
Jared Goff is playing.
Yeah, well, they don't need. They have the Rams pick.
So what is that right now? Is that a top 5? Yeah,
probably.
I don't know that that's true. I don't know that they do need a quarterback, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that at another time. Tell you who you got, man.
Man, I like the way Justin Fields been playing, but man, everybody from the 313, put your hands up and follow me.
Yeah, sir. Detroit against everybody. I got you. So we got the Browns at the Commanders. So they down there in DC with Tate. The Brownies have came to town. Sheesh. Man, I can easily see Deshaun winning this game. But man, again, the Commanders are fighting for their playoff lives.
Yeah.
And last week, the Browns got beat. Definitely. And who was it they were playing?
The Saints.
The New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, they got beat. I think the Commanders beat the Browns again this week. Yeah, it was a monsoon, but y'all playing that. Y'all out there with your shirts off and all that good kind of stuff, clowning. I still think the Commanders win this game. I'm taking Commanders.
So I watched the whole, and I couldn't believe I did. I watched the entire New Orleans Saints Cleveland Browns game. I watched
that was a competitive game. Though. That was a good game. I looked at not the whole way through because who else was on I was watching? I forgot, but I was looking at that game, a big part of it.
I think Carolina and Detroit ran opposite, Tate. I'm pretty sure it was Carolina and Detroit.
Yeah, they played a 1 o'clock game too, but it was another one I was looking at.
Yeah. But
it might have been Buffalo, Chicago.
Yeah, could have been. I watched the whole game, the entire game. Deshaun Watson did not play bad at all. Amari Cooper dropped.
How many points did they have?
10 or 13, 10 or 13, something like that. They should have won. There's no doubt they should have won. Amari Cooper dropped a wide open touchdown in the back of the end zone. I mean, literally, there was nobody within 20 yards, and it hit him, and he fell. And Joe Njoku, the tight end, dropped a wide open touchdown across the seam. Literally wide open. He dropped it. So there's 2 touchdowns. That they should have won that game. So I think that Deshaun is still getting in shape. I think the weather conditions are going to be better in Washington. And I think the Browns are going to win. Because guess who's starting quarterback for the Commanders? Carson Wentz. Adios, muchachos. Myles Garrett, Gary eat. Give me the Cleveland Browns to beat the Washington Commanders.
Man, this is a pretty competitive game. And the distinction in this game for me is the fact that the Commanders are playing for something. You know what I mean? They playing for something. And I mean, Wentz and Heineke pretty much the same guy. I mean, look at their numbers.
Yeah.
The exact same guy.
Yeah.
So, and Wentz didn't look bad coming in relief last week. So I think the key to this is going to be Commanders' ability with Chase Young. He looked good last week.
Yeah, he did.
And Allen, they're going to be able to get after Watson. And I think, excuse me, I think the Commanders are going to be able to run the ball. I like Robinson and Gibson. So, and you know, with that play action, Mahomes got a strong arm. Hit McLaurin or Jahan Dotson deep. I like the Commanders.
All right. Next game, we got Jaguars at the Texans. Jaguars at the Texans. Bruh, you know, the Texans ain't won nothing but 2 games. They in Houston. Jaguars is, you know, schizophrenic, but again,
bipolar, man, bipolar.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're playing for their playoff lives, so I got to go with Jacksonville in this one. You know, trying to keep it alive because they'll be playing in that last week's game. You know, for that last spot. So I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
Hey man, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on their meds right now, dog. They taking their medication. They done leveled out, and quite like everything is good in their brain. You know, 1 + 1 = 2. You know, everything's good, and because they taking their medication, 2 weeks in a row, Cowboys Jets, they keep it going. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars. They keep it moving, keep it pushing. Plus, the Texans want the number 1 pick. Come on, man. I seen their coach was talking that yak, talking about, we're playing to win and all. Come on, dog. You want the first pick. You want, because if y'all win and Chicago loses, the Bears is the number 1 pick. So
yeah, but the Bears will trade back for that pick. They're not. The Bears don't need a quarterback. They don't. They need a lot of other things. They don't need a quarterback. Tate, who you got in this game, man? You're on mute.
I said the Texans been real competitive last month. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I like the way the football that they've been playing, but I like the football Jacksonville been playing for the last month. You can argue this is 2 highly, highly competitive and physical teams over the last month.
Right, yeah.
But, man, come on, man. You know I got to go with Jacksonville. The Jets messed up, a couple years ago. When they won one of their last couple games and lost out on Trevor Lawrence. That's why they're dealing with Zach Wilson now.
Trash.
Yeah.
Full trash.
So, go not lose on purpose, but the Texans gonna lose, and they gonna have to pick in the litter of what quarterback they want.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. We got the 49ers at the Raiders. We just found out today that they're setting Carr in the Raiders land. I don't think it would have mattered much. I got the 49ers in this game anyway. Who you got, G?
Man, Derek Carr said he packed his stuff up and left. He said he's staying away from the team. But I've been calling it. Y'all been calling it with me, man, for a minute. Derek Carr, dog. You get the old dumpster fire, dude. you on that trash list of quarterbacks that's supposed to be good in the league, and I think it's all over with for him in Las Vegas, man. So, the 49ers is balling, and Nicky Bosa, you're the defensive player of the year. You are a monster.
Yeah, he's playing good football. Football. Tate, who you got in this game?
You got Stidham against Purdy. I usually go off the quarterback. I don't know what to do, but I know I got to go with the 49ers because of that defense. So yeah, I got the 49ers, and I think next year Derek Carr will be a New York Jet or New York Giant. That's just
I think he'll be a Jet. 110% a Jet. Which brings up the next game, the Jets versus the Seahawks. The Jets at the Seahawks. Both of these teams got dark horses for the playoffs, and it starts here. But I expect one of these teams to get off the snide, and that team is the Jets. I think
Mike White is back.
Yeah, I think they get off the snide. I think the Jets wake up. They win this game. The Jets' record right now is 7-8. I think they pull it back to 8-8 and still keep themselves alive by the hair on the chin. Who you got, G?
I like Seattle. I think Seattle wins. I don't think Mike White helps them enough. And I like Kobe Bryant and the other rookie corner, Moulton, and whatever his name is, the matchup against Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore, because Corey Davis is trash. So, and I think that the Seattle Seahawks will win this game, and they'll beat the New York Jets. Jets coming back to reality,
Tate, who you got in this game?
Man, I think the year was 2013, could have been 14, with the number 33 pick in the second round, first pick in the second round.
Geno.
The New York Jets take Geno Smith. He never really got his chance because somebody punched him in the mouth, broke his jaw, wired him up. So he never got his chance. He was supposed to be the starter one of them early years, like his second season. Didn't get to. Then went across the stadium, to the other side of the stadium, and played for the Giants and backed up Eli for three years probably. And he's been in Seattle backing up Russ before this year. So my whole thing about that, this is a get back game for Geno. I like the Seahawks up there with the 12 man. I think they can. I think Geno will have a good passing game. He passes for 2 tubs and probably 270.
Tyler Lockett's probably gonna play too, so that's gonna help him out a lot.
And
I hear it. So,
and you picked the Seahawks too, right, G?
Yeah, for sure.
So somebody who's lurking in the background right now is Aaron Rodgers. He's lurking. He's lurking, and don't look now. They still got a chance to make the playoffs, and they're playing a Vikings team who I'm not sold on. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, I'm gonna still go with the Vikings in this game. I'm gonna pick against. I think Aaron Rodgers' little late hopes for the playoffs gets doused right here, so I'm gonna go with the Vikes in this game. Who you got, G?
Where's this game at, Ma?
In Green Bay.
The Packers. The Packers win the game. The Packers gonna beat the Vikings in the cold. The Packers gonna beat the Vikings. Give me Green Bay. Give me Green Bay with a shot to get in last week. Give me the Packers with a shot to get in the last week. I'll take Green Bay.
All right. Who you got, Tate?
Who the only person picked Aaron Rodgers and the Packers last week?
You?
Okay, I see I'm not the only one this week, but I'm not gonna let Big G be the only one either. Give me the Packers.
Yeah,
Love
for
it.
sure.
Love it. So we got the Rams at the Chargers. Rams at the Chargers. Baker Mayfield ain't got it in it, man. Listen, the Chargers in this game, man. I don't see Baker doing much of nothing. I don't need a whole bunch of commentating. Who you got, G?
Let me say this real quick, man. Baker Mayfield, the way he's played over the last 3-4 weeks, has worked himself into position to be a starting quarterback next year in the NFL. But if he's smart, he'll take the contract and stick with McVay, let Stafford play one more year and retire, and then that's his squad. And the coach for the Rams is a beast. He's a true quarterback whisperer, man, because he's got Baker. The Rams blew doors off, dog. It wasn't even close, right? So they had like 50 points. But they can't beat the Chargers. The Chargers they're in the playoffs already, but they're playing to get momentum to go in because they're going to have to overcome a big obstacle to either beat the Chiefs or the Bills or possibly the Bengals. So give me the but that game's going to be close. It ain't going to be no blowout.
Who you got, Tate?
Man, Baker had a great game last week. He didn't play really good 2 out of 3 games.
Yes.
So I do agree with Big G. He'll get his opportunity depending on what he decides to do. But of course, I'm going with the Chargers in this one, the Battle of LA. I'm going with the Bolts, not the Horns.
Mm-hmm. So this one's gonna be a tough one for you guys. I already got my mind made up, but this is gonna be a tough one for you guys. And I was working to get here to give you a little bit of time in the Pick'em show, so y'all can talk about this. Steelers at the Ravens. I've got the Ravens in this game wholeheartedly, 110%. The Ravens have to keep pace, so they can, kind of keep where they are and solidify, what they're doing. I think Lamar's still going to be out, but I think Huntley's good enough to beat you guys, unfortunately. So I got the Ravens in this game. Who you got, G?
I don't even need no long explanation. I'm just going to say that the Steelers grew up. They grew up. They grew up a whole lot this last game. And wouldn't it be great if the Steelers just won and made the playoffs as a bunch of kids? A bunch of kids to make it and get in and taste it. I think that's what's written on the script. I think the right things are going to happen. I think the Steelers are going to win. Give me Pittsburgh over Baltimore.
Tate?
I think the Steelers are going to win out. I agree with you. I don't know that they make the playoffs. They need too much stuff to happen. I mean, like I said earlier, we need Miami to lose out to the Seahawks and the Jets. Mm-hmm. So we need the Jets to win the last game, but we need the Jets to lose to the Seahawks this week. Mm-hmm. We also need the Patriots to beat Miami. Then we need the Patriots to lose to the Bills next week. So there's a whole lot of stuff got to happen. The only thing Pittsburgh and Coach Tomlin can do is control what they can control inside the stadium and win the game they have in front of them. And I do think they are going to go in and beat Baltimore. I mean, if it wasn't for 2 missed field goals and a block field goal, they beat them a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Mitch's 3 interceptions, of course, but even in spite of that, 2 missed field goals and a block field goal. The defense has been humming for the last 6 weeks. They ain't gave up more than 17 points. That defense playing ball, they're going to turn Huntley over. Pittsburgh going to take the game in Baltimore.
That's right.
You didn't align with your interests. I need to make sure you know that. You need the Jets to win against Seattle, and you picked Seattle this week.
No, I need the Jets to lose.
Right. The Jets got to lose. The Jets got to lose this week.
I need the Jets to beat Miami next week.
Right. Yeah.
You said you needed the Jets to win this week just now. I'll roll back the tape so you'll see it. You'll definitely see what you said, but now I got you now. I'm with you. We got the Bills at the Bengals. The Bills at the Bengals. This is a good one. And what are we playing for here? This game means something. I think we're playing for
the whole AFC. The whole AFC.
The home field advantage, yeah.
Nah, the Bengals are a game behind. Well, no, it is because the Bengals if they beat Buffalo, then they could be in the mix. But the Chiefs would be in first place if they win. But if the Chiefs and Bengals tie, the Bengals got the tiebreak with the Chiefs.
Correct.
Yes, I think we're playing for home field advantage. Something y'all don't know, Josh Allen has the 30th pass QBR in the league right now over the last 6 games. Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
Josh Allen has been playing like pretty trash over the last 6 games. Are we seeing a deterioration of Josh Allen? What's going on?
That's like a Luka take, man.
I'm just asking. I'm asking a question.
He's had some turnovers in crunch time last week. I think he threw for 303 tubs last week.
Yeah.
Not a great game because he had some turnovers in the first half. But when it's time for that crunch, just like he did against Miami, when it's crunch time,
he shows up. When the money on the line, he shows up. I'm going to tell you, I hate going against Joe Burr. But that's the reason why I'm picking with Joe Burr. I'm picking the Bengals on this one, man. I'm riding with the Bengals.
So Lionel Collins is out for the season. Left tackle for Bengals.
Used to be a Cowboy. Yep.
Yeah.
So is Von Miller. So call it even.
Right. So, but the issue is, can Phillips get pressure on Burrow enough to mess with him to where they lose? I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Bengals, minus the left tackle, because I think Hendrickson and the kid from Ohio State, the other defensive end, Sam Hubbard, they're going to be okay. So I look for Cincinnati to beat Buffalo on Monday Night Football. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals, man.
Definitely. Tate, who you got?
Man, this is the toughest game of the week to me, man. This is the toughest game of the week on Monday night. You don't usually get too many great bangers on Monday night. You know, they usually say that for the Sunday night game. Thursday and Monday night be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a tough one, man. But I think I got to roll with Josh Allen, man. I mean, Buffalo is in first place right now, and they playing to protect it.
Yeah.
That first place. And I mean, I think Josh Allen can have his way with the Cincinnati corners. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a shootout. I mean, if I was betting, I'm taking the over. I got it like 31-28 type thing, but I got Buffalo.
Love it. So you guys, this is the last show of the year. Definitely been a great year. It's the last show of the year. Happy New Year to you and yours. Definitely have a couple of things that we want to see happen in this next year. We want to make sure that you guys spread the news about the show. Spread the news, man. I see that you already been doing it. The audience is growing. Our listeners are growing. We appreciate the love, definitely. But G, real quick, man. Last take, your last take of the year, man. Give me your last take of the year.
Man, I'm grateful for for us to being able to do another year with the podcast, man. Like I said, our audience has grown, and who would have ever thought that 3 guys who had a barbershop conversation would turn into a nationally broadcast podcast. So, it's not because of our work. We've been great about it, but it's really because of the people that support us. So I just say thank you to every person that's ever liked, any person that's ever subscribed, any person that's ever rocked with us over the whole time for this last year. Now, but my take is that I want to have a good 2023. So I need some things to happen on New Year's Eve. So them Buckeye boys, I need y'all to do y'all thing, man. So let's go Bucks. Let's get this victory over Georgia, and let's go into 2023 with a great year.
Love it. Tate, your final take.
Well, my final words for 2022 is to tell everybody to have a happy 2023, and thank you for rolling with us, rocking with us, checking out the KnoItAllZ. It's always fun with Mod and Big G. You never know what Big G gonna say, but you always know Mod gonna roll with Texas. So who knows? My my final take, my parting shot is Big G. Ask you a question.
Yeah.
Make you part of this.
Mm-hmm.
How many losing seasons has Mike Tomlin had?
0.
And when this season's over with, he's still gonna have 0.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want to see Mike Tomlin win. I want to see him win. I want to see everything about that happen. And you know what, Tate? You just got into my parting shot. It's like you read my mind. Definitely.
It ain't hard to read Texas.
I'm finna double down, man. I'm finna double down on what I said. You guys, you heard it here first on the KnoItAllZ. Bam. TCU versus Ohio State for the national championship. Doubling down. Ohio State beats Georgia. TCU beats Michigan. And you're gonna see Ohio State versus TCU. A lot of people ain't gonna expect it, but I'm telling you it's gonna happen. You heard it here first. I'm telling you right here on the KnoItAllZ. I'm doubling down. I said it before.
That's definitely a double down, because that's two burner boys. You're picking 2 underdogs. I mean,
hey, look, I'm gonna tell you already. I got B Dirt, who's gonna have to dress out in TCU gear after this weekend. That's gonna happen. And then of course my little brother Rod Jr. I told him, hey man, Ohio State has enough to beat Georgia, and I believe they're gonna come ready to go. But it all depends on one thing. But we'll talk about that on another different time. But I'm gonna tell you, that's it. That's my parting shot. TCU, Ohio State. Watch it happen in front of your eyes this weekend. I appreciate you guys for rocking with us, man. Thank you so very much. We are out of here. From myself, Big G, and Tate. We'll holla. Peace.